It's Friday night and we're all in.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
How do indeed? How do?
Hello.
How's it going? Right, the bubbly Shalini is here this evening,
Hello.
as always. Somebody dropped me a good donation on Ko-fi the other day. Was it you, Militant, or was it Espresso Mechanic?
There's people in the chat. Hello,
Oh, yeah,
people
yeah.
in the chat. Because obviously I was having a sneaky look on X.
Where are you now? To
I
be
was.
sure.
To be sure. To be sure. Cup of tea.
Right.
Cup of tea.
Enough of this nonsense.
Yeah, nonsense.
Good evening, people. And it's good to see you.
Hello.
Good to see you. I'll give people a siren later for donations because people like Robin and that have been dropping stuff in as well. Mr. Armstrong, Mark Andrew Chapman. Haven't seen you online for a while, mate. Good evening.
Yeah, where's he been?
Well, he's been
Elsewhere.
elsewhere. Yeah. Right. Let's crack on with this. So I don't have a slide for the F-15 that got shot down, but that happened today, I believe.
Yes,
So
it did.
F-15E Strike Eagle hit the dot. Iranians are claiming they shot it down. 2 pilots ejected. Well, shouldn't say 2 pilots. You only have 1 pilot. The other one's a weapons specialist. But anyway, 2 crew ejected. Now, getting in notifications that one's been recovered alive by the US. The location of the other one is not known at this time. That doesn't sound good.
No, and as I said to John when we were chatting before we came live with all our lovely Troll Room people, I watched a I watched a live with 2C. That was around 3 this afternoon, and the the IRGC at the time claimed they had 2 of them. But luckily,
Yeah.
thankfully, you found out that one has been found, so I don't know.
Well,
Have to wait and see.
that's what we're hearing. But we'll, you know, as they say, in the fog of war, the first casualty is truth.
Yeah.
Right, moving on. Let's get onto the slides, shall we?
Oh, do please. Oh, I didn't even actually look at the thumbnail. How bad of me.
The thumbnail. I had to do in very short notice, so it's an AI generated thumbnail.
Is that our friend from North Korea?
Yeah, that's our friend from North Korea, because he's in this all in. There's a bit featuring him. He pops up.
And we've got an exploding toilet? What?
No, the exploding toilet's on Artemis.
Oh, okay.
We'll come to that.
Okay.
So,
I've not been following space, but anyway, go on.
Did you see Trump when he was doing his
No.
He was dancing around like an idiot and waving a sword. He is.
Is he losing it? I actually think he's losing it now, isn't he?
I think he is losing it. I really think he is. And as this tweet summed it up perfectly, Trump is starting to resemble Yeltsin. Remember Boris Yeltsin?
I do.
But without the ability to blame the vodka.
Yeah, because at least Yeltsin had that excuse.
Yeah, because Trump doesn't drink.
Mm-mm. He drinks Coke, doesn't he? Or Diet Coke or whatever.
Yeah, Diet Coke, yeah.
Yeah, we know what that does.
We didn't mean that white powder stuff. No.
No. I mean, as in Coca-Cola, of course.
So, as they say, before the war, Iran didn't control the Strait of Hormuz. Now it does.
They didn't. I know.
Before the war, Iran oil was sanctioned. Now it's not.
Nope.
Before the war, Iran was not building a nuke. Now it almost certainly is. As is a number of other middle of the road countries that are thinking, if we don't want Americans to liberate us or impose freedom, we're going to have our own nukes. I think America's done nothing but proliferate nuclear weapons. It's crazy. Before the war, US bases in the Gulf were assets, now they're liabilities. And before the war, inflation was declining and now it's increasing.
Well, not in the UK, of course, because we've got a socialist government, but I'm assuming that was from an American account, was it, Sir?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So moving on, we have, this Admiral, Vice Admiral retired Bob Harward boasts that the US military will dismantle Iran's power structure in a matter of hours and that neither Russia nor China are a match for the United States. This was shortly before the new Iran war started.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's not wearing well. But tell me, how does he actually look like? See, if you put a mop of hair on him, who would that looks? To me, that looks a dead ringer for Jim Carrey.
Oh my God, actually, now that you say it, and I can't stand Jim Carrey, he's super annoying.
Yeah, but doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it could be actually. He's got that whole chin and that weird smile.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hasn't he also had a load, like all these people in Hollywood had a load of plastic surgery and he looks like a freak? I don't mean the Admiral, I mean the, Jim Carrey, obviously.
Yeah. Well, both, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Carrey doesn't look like Jim Carrey anymore. It's bizarre.
No, like many other people in Hollywood.
It's like, what's her name? Grey. Her that played Baby and the one that played Baby and Dirty
you mean
Dancing.
the actress? I can never.
Yeah,
I don't remember her.
Her name was Grey. What was it? Something Grey, I think. But anyway, she's a right beak on her, and then she got it. Yeah, well, she did in that movie, and she did in Ferris Bueller's Day Off because she was a big sister.
Oh yeah.
Right, and then she got her nose done. And
oh no. Does she look weird now?
Well, I don't even remember getting any parts after that.
Oh yeah, well there we go.
Don't see once you've done a couple of things, you can't change your face.
You have to keep tweaking it, don't you?
So anyway, Rubio, who if nothing, no, he's not even sensible. He has no grasp of irony, has he? Imagine if instead of spending billions on weapons, Iran spent that money on its people. They'd have a much different country.
Well, they probably wouldn't spend that money on anything sensible anyway because they're terrorists.
But this is coming from Rubio, whose country is spending $2 billion a day on on this Iran war.
Yes.
2 billion a day. Nowhere near what Iran's spending. Imagine if you spent 2 billion a day on the American people. You'd
That's
have a
crazy.
much different country, wouldn't you? And then we've got
You
Caroline.
certainly would.
And then you've got Caroline Leavitt, who seems to have I don't know what happened there. Right, we're still on her. Right,
Okay.
so
What's happened to her?
What she came out with us. She's frantically trying to defend Trump, right?
Oh no.
And she's defending Trump and his policies and everything, and it's just it just all mixes. It doesn't. It's undefensible, right? But she's trying her best, and she comes out with regarding foreign policy, right? If we don't like the way you negotiate, we'll kill you.
You know what? Hang on. She wasn't thinking that in her head. She said that out loud.
She
Because
said that.
I don't watch any of this stuff.
She said that out loud.
What the F? It's Good
Mhm.
Friday and I'm trying not to curse. But she actually said that out loud. Fine if you
Yeah.
want to think that in your head, but maybe don't say that out loud.
Yeah, well,
She did.
yeah.
What's the troll room saying?
See, this is the problem with this is the problem with Trump, because he's saying all sorts of weird things, and how he's negotiating with Iran and they're having great conversations and they're going to make Iran great again, and then next thing you know, poof, Iran's like, he's not talking to us, so we're not sure who he's talking to. Maybe he's talking to someone in his head, and we went through.
Well,
this
I was
last
just going to
week.
say, is he talking to an imaginary Iranian person that doesn't exist?
This Iranian that you're having negotiations with, is he with us now?
No,
in the
yes.
room?
Where is he? Oh, apparently I've had a nose job. Apparently,
You've had a nose job.
according Vaughn's doing his version of Trump in the troll room,
Yeah.
but I haven't. My nose is still the same.
Right, moving on. And then she does all that for him, and
Oh no!
and
He's
he
not going to
goes,
fire her now as well, is he?
no, but he goes, should we keep her?
What did he say this to the press?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Just keep it. Say that in your fucking head. For
I know, he says these
flip's
things out loud.
sake.
He says, should we keep her?
Oh my
He
God.
throws liar Leavitt under the bus and blames her for his awful approval ratings.
No, Donald, that's down to yourself, I'm afraid.
In a truly nasty moment, Donald Trump publicly humiliated his own press secretary during a rambling Oval Office rant about bad press.
Why
The
is that
guy-
her-
Guy's out of control.
I think so. Oh,
Is that-
is he 80 now?
Is he 83 or something like that?
Oh, okay.
Good evening, Dreadeye.
Oh, is
See
Dreads
you.
there? Hello, Dreads. Hi, everybody, by the way.
Right.
Hello.
Iran says it will bomb Palantir, Oracle, and other major Western firms, declaring them legitimate targets.
Who's the weirdo with the weird hair?
That's the CEO of Palantir.
Okay, who's the other weirdo with the terrible plastic surgery?
Is that not Larry? Larry Ellison? Or
I don't know.
Oracle?
You see, I'm not very well informed about these things.
Yeah, I think that might be Larry from Oracle. So I would say, Iran, your terms are acceptable. Carry on. I mean, you know who Palantir are, don't you?
Is that the one, something that's like they're gobbling up everybody's data or whatever, or they're going to buy the
Yeah.
NHS or whatever it is?
Yeah, they're the one that do all the snooping for you, everybody. And a certain Middle Eastern country that's not Arabic.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, his nose.
So
Moving on.
this guy seems to be quite on the ball. He says, commenting on the idea of building an airport for transporting uranium away from nuclear facilities. French General Michael Yakovlev stated that we must stop snorting cocaine between meetings.
No, wait, hang on. Did he actually say that? Hang on. Did he actually say that on the news? No, seriously. Did he
Yeah.
actually say that? No way.
He said
The game is up. The game is well, we did already say that. Do you remember that whole dodgy? Do you remember that whole dodgy thing on the train?
Yeah.
It was
All
Macron
that.
and the German guy and
Yeah.
Keir, and then there was a whole thing. It was a tissue, yeah. Right, was it a tissue? It looked like a wrap of Coke.
Yeah. It did. So
He's got the cat out of the bag, dude.
he said the idea of creating a fully fledged airbase on enemy territory to exploit. It's just nuts. I mean, this is nuts. So, I mean, to put you in the picture, Trump was talking about basically building an airbase.
Yeah.
So they could go in, take the uranium, put it on planes, and fly it out.
Yeah.
Because uranium's heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get it all on a helicopter. It just weighs too much. I mean, a thousand. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but the amount of uranium, he's trying to capture would be like 1,000 tons worth. There's no way you're getting that out, even on a plane. It's just absolutely crazy.
That's crazy. I can't believe he still said that though.
But the guy's right. These are like.
Must stop snorting quick.
These are like ideals.
Are we sure that wasn't? Are we sure that wasn't an April Fool's joke?
No, this wasn't. This was before it.
Oh, so like this was still in March, so it wasn't like April the 1st, because there was a lot of stupid things on X on April the 1st.
Yeah, no, this was on French TV. They can be quite funny. France 24 is pretty good for news, actually.
Oh, was that who it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you watched France 24 in English, they are quite good. And they're quite direct as well.
Oh, okay.
So Ukraine, and I checked this one because this one came out on the 1st of April, but Ukraine just opened its first drone production plant in Britain.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What? Please, no, okay. Not an April Fool's?
Not an April Fool's. UKR Spec Systems is open, in Mildenhall.
In where?
Which is where the US Air Base is.
I don't even know where that is, but anyway, it's up north.
It's
I'm assuming.
It's not up. Well, it's not that far north. I think it's just
kind of middle.
It's kind of on the cusp of the Fens, I think.
I don't even know where that is. I'm terrible at geography, so.
You know where Cambridgeshire and that is.
Oh, so kind of like this way of London. Sort of.
think it's up that in that neck of the woods.
Direction, even.
Yeah.
I can't speak.
So they have opened this base in the UK. So does that make us a target?
Probably.
Or does that make UKR Spec Systems? I mean, why would we let them do this? Why do we think this is a good idea? Because this isn't our war either, Keir. This isn't our war. The Iran war's not our war, and this isn't our war. I don't understand it.
They obviously want to make us a target. Great. Thanks, Keir. Love you.
Yeah, no. and of course Europe are just as bad because Kaka is still going on about it.
Kaka just take a break for Easter, for God's sake.
I know. Kaka says over the past 100 years, Russia has attacked at least 19 countries, and I'm not counting African countries. Some of them it attacked 3 or 4 times, and not one of those countries has ever attacked Russia. So this was during the World Wars, World War I and World War II.
Oh dear.
So in the last 70 years, it hasn't really attacked anyone apart from Afghanistan and a couple of African countries, like you say. But a lot less than the Americans have. A lot less. Right. Now this is what gets me, because have you seen the price of petrol and diesel these days?
Well, I'm a learner driver and I don't have a car.
Yeah, so
I know, because I know Vaughan filling up his bike, his doesn't cost that much usually, but he might be able to put about it in the chat. But he said that his petrol for his bike went up a little bit.
Yeah,
so for cars, I'm sure
£1.50 a litre for petrol for unleaded, and nearly it was 192 or something for diesel up here. So I don't know what you guys are paying down there, but
I don't know.
That's what we're at just
could
now.
you chip in about what how much you're paying and putting in your bike, please?
This woman says there's no point in opening up the North Sea
Why?
Because the only way new North Sea drilling cuts energy bills is if the UK nationalises the rigs, bans exports and sells at cost price. None of that's on the table. It was sold on global markets to the highest bidder. Yeah, that's right. It would. Bills won't move an inch. That's 1.70 a litre. Oh my God. Yeah, 20p a litre cheaper up here for unleaded.
Okay.
Anyway, this woman has no fucking conception of how global oil markets work. Now, the reason that the price is going up because there's a lack of oil coming out of the Gulf. Now, it doesn't matter where that oil's coming from or where it's going. Oil price across the world is going to go up because it's a global market. Therefore, if you put more oil into the market, like open up the North Sea, doesn't matter who's taking it out and who's making the profit from that. The overall price will come down for everybody. So it makes sense to extract as much oil as you can locally. Because you're adding it to the global market. These people have no fucking conception of how economics works.
So you may have a slide later, but it's relating to gas. But it looks like a Mad Green Ed has done a U-turn, but it's to do with It's to do with gas.
So what's he done? No, I don't have a slide. What's he done? Tell me.
Oh God, what is that? The Jack something project. So apparently he's reluctantly going to agree to it, although there's been no timetable.
So what is it, to open up the North Sea oil fields and pump gas out of them, or what?
Yes. Well, I don't know what this. Okay, I don't remember, but it's the Jack something project that he's kind of going to agree to. It was in an article in the Times or somewhere.
Right. Okay.
So he's reluctantly agreed to it because, funnily enough, which I thought was weird, and I didn't know about it because I'm trying to stop looking at everything and sending myself into a whirlwind of anxiety and depression. Apparently Rachel Thieves said something like last week, which is out of the ordinary considering she's a commie, talking about we need to go back into the North Sea. So
yeah, we do. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And you know, these people are going like, you know, oh well, we don't own it. We sold it off to all these companies. Well, yeah, but the country still controls the licenses to export it, to extract it, export it, and for them to pay tax on it. So
here's the article.
We still get stuff from it. And, you know, people, stop talking about shit that you know nothing of.
Sorry, just very quickly. So, Ed Miliband is reportedly set to back the North Sea oil and gas field project despite insisting net zero is the mission, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's what it's called. The Jackdaw. That was the name of the gas field, the Jackdaw project. Miliband has been stolen. Yeah, so it's the Jackdaw gas field, which is off the coast of Aberdeen.
Right. Okay. Good. Because we should be opening up as many as we can because we mothballed them for no good reason. So
according to this, it says if it's all approved, the Jackdaw project. Well, I did say it was Jack something project. It could supply gas to more than 1 million British homes and produce the equivalent of 6% of the country's overall supply.
Yeah, see, that's
we've been talking about this for years. Just go back into the bloody North Sea, you donuts, and stop paying fucking Norway.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter where we get our oil from, Espresso Mechanic, because, well, I know we get most of it from Norway, but that's our own fucking oil.
Yeah, they're probably taking it from our fields anyway.
I'm pretty convinced they've been doing a bit of slant drilling and taking it from our fields.
What? That's the British side. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I meant. But well, yeah. I don't believe anything until I actually hear something from. Well, we'll just wait and see. This just could all be bluster to try and get people back on track. Because what have we got in a month's time? Oh, I don't know. Would it be the May elections?
Yeah.
So that just could all be bluster for that.
Could be. Right. Okay. So,
moving on.
You know that there was NASA sent a mission to the moon on April the 1st. Do you know that?
Yeah, but I'm not really into all this spacey stuff, so
right. Okay, but we will talk about it.
I know they've sent something. It's called Artemis. Is that right? Up to space.
This is Artemis 2. So Artemis 1 was they launched the capsule. And they flew around the moon and came back and splashed down with nobody in it, right? It was a test.
Oh, it was a test run. I
Right.
see.
This is now Artemis 2, so there's 4 people in this. And they're going to fly around the moon and come back and splash down, right?
And it left on the 1st of April.
It did leave on the 1st of April. It's going to take 10 days to complete its mission, apparently. Which is fine, okay? And people are going, I don't get this, right? The more they keep pushing this mission, the more I know it's complete bullshit. And their real mission is to distract us from something else.
Have you got a retard button yet?
I don't. That's what I need to do. You need to remind me.
Retard!
What are they distracting us for? Nobody's paying that much attention to it apart from nerds like us, right? But what are they distracting us from?
Well, unless you're a complete and utter normie, everybody knows what's going on. We've got Iran. We've got all the stuff that the grooming gang inquiry is not really happening.
Yeah.
Clapham, being my local-ish high street being overrun with mobs of...
There's a slide for that later. Yeah.
But, and we know, I think, if you're aware and you're awake, you know what's kind of going on in the world. If you're not, you're a normie and you're not. Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it.
So NASA's on a trajectory to try and put a moon base on the moon, right? Which I think is a good idea, and I certainly think it's a smarter idea than going straight to Mars. Because you're testing all your technology and you're only 3 days away, from the moon. It's not like you got to spend months in space. So let's go to the moon and see if we can do it from... If we can do the moon, then we can do Mars. If we can't do the moon, then there's no point in going anywhere else until we can. So I think it's a smart thing to do, and I don't see the problem, and it's not that expensive. Especially the way NASA are doing it. If SpaceX were doing it, it would cost an absolute fortune.
Oh, yeah, it would cost like millions or whatever.
Yeah, well, billions, but it will cost billions anyway. But SpaceX has got this unfortunate habit of just building stuff, throwing it up into the sky and watching it rapidly disassemble. I mean, they've had, 11 starships, and they haven't made orbit yet. And these things aren't cheap, and they're not cheap to throw into the sky. So, but Artemis has had 2 flights. 2 flights, and both of them, at the moment, both of them are a success. They've both taken off, and one of them's landed. One of them's still up there to finish its mission.
So it's going to be back, sometime next week or whatever. I don't know.
10 days from the 1st, so about the 11th of April, something like that.
Okay.
But it's not all plain sailing.
No, of course. Or spaceship sailing.
Because...
this is what the exploding toilet is about.
The toilet on NASA's latest Artemis to Moon mission spacecraft is malfunctioning.
What is... Hang on a minute. Can I just point something out? What is it with America and unfunctioning toilets and problems with plumbing and drainage? So we have the best-in-class aircraft carrier had a problemo.
Yeah, but that was man-made.
And now we've got a space toilet which doesn't work.
Yeah, so apparently the toilet wasn't properly collecting urine. No, we're not taking the piss, people. Honestly, we're not. It was okay for solid matter, but it wasn't properly collecting urine. But apparently they have made running repairs and they've got it up and running again. Now, if you just sent guys, you could probably have just had them pee in a bottle and would have been fine.
Is there ladies on the Artemis?
There is one, yeah.
Okay.
So this next one was posted on April 1st, and I think it would be a cracking idea. So now that Artemis 2 is launched, we have 10 days to get everyone on Earth a Planet of the Apes costume so they can do something hilarious when the astronauts return.
Oh, no.
Imagine if they came...
Freak them out!
Imagine if they came back and everybody was wearing a Planet of the Apes.
Oh my God,
costume.
that would just be hilarious. They'd be like so freaked out.
Right, moving on. Paddington Bear's favourite breakfast spread is being renamed.
Oh no, I saw this today and I was like, what the actual?
Yeah, what's going here?
It's marmalade!
I know. So traditional British marmalade must now be labelled citrus marmalade under Keir Starmer's Brexit reset. UK is
Why?
adopting updated EU food rules that let marmalade mean spreads from any fruit. So the classic citrus version needs the new name to avoid confusion.
It doesn't, because everybody knows you only make marmalade from either oranges or lemons. End of.
Yeah, I know.
God's sake, just leave it alone.
Stories slam it as marmalade madness and rejoining the EU by the back door. Well, we do seem to be rejoining the EU by the back door, don't we?
Somebody needs to ask Paddington via Hiroshi. I'm sure he won't be very happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
It's
what about
ridiculous.
Dundee marmalade? Can you still call it Dundee marmalade?
Oh, is there a Dundee marmalade? I did not know.
There is a Dundee marmalade.
Oh, has it got whiskey or something in it?
No, but it's kind of bitter and it's got bits in it, a bit like a Dundonian. Anyway, moving on before I insult anybody else. Right, here we go. Doctor Who. No, this isn't the correct grammar. It's not Doctor Who gave expert. It's the Doctor who gave expert evidence, not Doctor
hello,
Who.
Grammar.
Yeah, but anyway, Doctor Who gave expert evidence against Lucy Letby resigns after 28 families complained that she obstructed referrals and reported them to social services or school attendance officers to punish them if they questioned her judgment.
So we're actually, speaking of Lucy Letby, where are we with that? Because I always thought it was a bit dodgy.
Yeah, I really haven't looked into it, but I probably should.
I always thought it was a bit dodgy.
I think it is a bit dodgy.
I hope she gets let off. Poor woman.
Whoa, hold on. Vaughn has just put... See, Vaughn has just screwed everything up.
What's he saying
because
now?
He says he likes strawberry marmalade.
Vaughn, there's no such thing.
There is no strawberry marmalade. The espresso mechanic said lime marmalade. Yeah, that's fine. Lime marmalade is fine, but not strawberry. Strawberry jam.
He's just being annoying.
He's just being an arse. So apparently in Japan, as you know, Twitter is now flooded with Japanese people.
Oh, I love Japanese people.
So in Japan, each family has something called a family crest, like a coat of arms unique to the household.
Right, okay.
Though some families have died out and lost theirs. That's unfortunate. But if they've died out, they wouldn't really care, would they? Does America have anything like that? Something passed down through generations in your family? Yeah. Yeah. America has like low IQ and bad genes.
In Ireland, Irish people do have what you call, well, maybe not a family. Well, I don't know what I don't know what the proper word is for it. So my mum's maiden name, which is McNamara, they've got like a particular crest, whatever you want to call it, family thing. And I know
you don't
Scottish
do tartans, do you? You don't do tartans, do you? Because we have tartans for our family.
No, we don't.
Names.
But all the schools I went to, all my skirts were a form of tartan skirt. Obviously, it didn't have like a great big pin in it or anything, but it was all like, like the check.
Plaid. Yeah,
that's it.
Or whatever you call it.
I'm sure it's the same for English, Welsh, and Scottish. We all have like a family crest. Whatever it's called.
I've just noticed something. See these
These all seem to be These all seem to be flowers, which is quite different.
Yeah, well, some of them they look like shamrocks across the top here, right? Okay, that looks like maybe a shamrock, five leaf. Yeah, no.
Which one? No,
that one there. You see my mouse?
The second one in a circle.
Third one and that one or that one. Right, maybe shamrocks, but the one that gets me is this one down here. It looks like a fucking biohazard sign.
Oh yeah.
You see it? Yeah. It's like a biohazard sign. You know what that? And then there's one down here. They must be good darts players.
There's one in there that looks like a nice. I'm assuming would be a very pretty. Obviously, it's just black and white though. It's like a Japanese fan.
And then there's this horse taking a dump.
But no, I don't think Americans would have that somehow. I could be wrong.
Anyway, I need to stop insulting the Japanese. Maybe they'll be our new fans.
Japanese. Yes.
Should have advertised.
Yeah,
anyway,
you should have done.
Yeah, right. Moving on.
Yeah, quick.
This is
this absolute knob, but I think he's been sacked.
Reform's new housing chief, briefly, hopefully. A mid-century German one there. Yeah, thanks, one. Grenfell was tragic, but everyone dies in the end. This is nearly as bad as Hillary Clinton. Do you remember Hillary Clinton when she was being grilled by Congress about the murder of Ambassador Stevens in Libya?
No, I don't remember.
And they were going into quite graphic detail about how he died, which involved a broomstick in his anus in the street. But she then turns around at a congressional hearing and goes,
well, we all die in the end or something similar, did she?
At this point, what difference does it make?
Is that what she said? Well, it's more or less. It's more or less the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Evil people.
Anyway, I think he's been sacked though. So
good. So Poles, this is a good one. Poles hate Russians because they are so similar, right? As a Belgian friend of mine once said, "You Poles are just Russians who pretend to be French." I quite liked that. I thought that was quite funny. Poles can be annoying. They can. Anyway, then Jean here gives us some fantastic advice. Never date Italians. They only care about food and sex. Any greater ambition they have is merely a path towards more food and sex. Elon Musk making jokes that one would consider fit for a 12-year-old.
Okay.
Starlink is now on board Aer Lingus. Some might call this a cunning move. Oh, good grief. Elon Musk. And then the Home Office chimes in with, police time will no longer be wasted investigating legal social media posts, freeing up officers to patrol the streets and tackle real crime. By scrapping non-crime hate incidents, we are balancing the protection of vulnerable communities while respecting free speech.
Doesn't mean they're not going to keep arresting people, because the thing is, they were supposed to have stopped about a bajillion years ago, because there was that whole trial where Harry Miller from Fair Cop and what's her name, Priti Patel or whatever she was called, told them you need to stop recording it. Suella told them, all the police services, you were to stop recording it and stop arresting people. Oh, and guess what? They carried on. Sorry, rent over.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, why do we have such a thing as a non-crime hate incident? And if we do have non-crime hate incidents, why would the police be involved in it when the remit of the police is crime?
Because
if it's not crime, why would the police be involved?
Because the thing is, it can stop if you get like a DB, if you get like have to do a DBS check, or you have to do some kind of a check thing, if you're going for a job, it might come up, but it might not say, oh, someone said a slightly little spicy thing on Twitter. It just comes up as an issue, and that person be like, well, that person's not going to get the job, then are they? Yeah. It's just bullshit. It does. They were supposed to stop it a bajillion years ago, and they never did. I don't think they're going to stop either or arresting people. So Happy Chuck here is this guy. So I'm not quite sure this is true, though. It says British citizens are calling upon King Charles to abdicate amid huge backlash following the announcement he will not be giving an Easter message this year. Should Charles hand over the throne? Now, this all comes about because over the last couple of years he has given an Easter message, right? So when he started his kingship, or whatever you call it, a reign perhaps, he gave an Easter message, and he gave one the following year. And then this year he said he's not going to give one, but he's already fucking done Ramadan, hasn't he? Oh, he's done all sorts for Eid or Ramadan or what? I'm sorry, what? I don't know which one it is. So he's done them for the cult. Plenty. He's supposed to be I'm Catholic, so obviously I'm not au fait with Church of England, but this is a Christian country. He's supposed to be defender of the faith. He's not defending nothing. And a lot of people said he's converted a long time ago.
I think he
his-
has.
His son is no better, because there was this thing that came out a couple of weeks ago that Prince William, no, he's not Prince William, well, whatever he is now, William
He is Prince
said,
William.
well, whatever he is.
He's still Prince William, eh?
Oh, okay, Prince William, okay.
It's
He
Andrew
said,
that lost his title.
oh, okay, he said, I'm a quiet Christian. What does even that mean? And he's just as woke as his dad. And I'm like,
I bet you're not quiet when you're getting pegged, mate. I bet you're not quiet then.
You know, he said, I'm a quiet Christian, or something along those lines, or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just as woke as his dad. He's all in with the WEF. He's going to be no better. I think now that the Queen and everything is gone, I think it's actually time for them to go.
So I told you I had a strange dream earlier in the week, didn't
Yes, you did. You do, pray tell. As I don't know if the rest of the chat know. John had a strange dream, people. Something to do with the royal family. John,
I had a strange dream in which I was chatting to Princess Kate.
Ooh.
Because she was telling me she was having a dinner party that evening and that she had to make a lasagna.
Really?
And I said, I make a really, and she had no idea how to start. And I said, I make a really good lasagna. And she goes, you must come round and help me.
What? Get out of here.
So we went round to Kate's abode, and I have no idea where she actually lives, but this place was huge and had this big, huge staircase in it, which was self-cleaning.
But the staircase was... Isn't that normally what those newfangled ovens are, where they're self-cleaning? But this is a self-cleaning staircase, okay.
This was a self-cleaning staircase. So while Kate and I were making lasagna, I spilled some flour on the staircase. And I got the hoover out and was hoovering it up. And William walks by, all grumpy-like, although I called him Philip, right? But he walks by all grumpy-like and goes, I see you're not using the self-cleaning function.
That is. Did you have lasagna for dinner that day?
No, I had some cheese on toast that evening. I think that might have been what happened.
It's the cheese gives you weird dreams, John.
Yeah, it does.
Know? Oh, that's a good one. That's one for the book.
Yeah, one for the book. Right, moving on. Human remains were found inside suitcases over the weekend in Florida. This was last weekend. The remains were found in an area known as the Compound in Palm Bay, Florida.
Okay, hang on. Is that a place then where bodies get dumped?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But officers visited the site after, pardon me, someone called in to say they saw a suitcase with vultures flying around it.
Oh no. The dreaded vultures.
And then they found another suitcase nearby.
2 suitcases.
Both suitcases contained human remains.
Gross.
Police believe the remains belong to 28-year-old Collie Lee Daniel, a registered sex offender.
Oh,
He was reported missing on March 24th. I see all empathy now just disappeared from Shalini straight away. Yeah. That's actually good. He can't. That's the problem, Espresso. If he declares himself as a Muslim, he can't be king.
Yeah.
No, not unless they change the law. So apparently, and some people might be upset by this, others might not really care, but apparently, Marmite has been sold to the Americans on a £50 billion deal.
Don't care. I can't stand the stuff. Although Vaughn likes it, I hate it. It's horrible.
Yeah, I'm ambivalent. I don't like Marmite either. It's moving on, and that's again checked.
Oh no!
This is not an April Fool. Scientists want to grow headless human bodies just for organ harvesting, which is obviously sparking an ethical firestorm.
An ethical firestorm? What's a bloody understatement?
So what they're going to do? They're going to take like samples of you and clone you without a head, so you can just use spare parts.
It's like something from like a revamped X-Files.
Yeah. So yeah, that'd be horrible. But
that's gross.
I don't know. Is better than killing people to get their organs?
Well, yeah,
like Spain last week. Yeah.
That poor girl.
Did you know that she asked for a 6-month delay?
I saw that on X. These people are evil, and people are like deluded about what's going to happen with assisted suicide here. Just don't get me started. I won't show up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Right.
This guy.
Philip here said America renames Department of Defense to Department of War.
That's mad. Pete's department, isn't it?
Yeah, and then America immediately loses a war. They've picked a fight they cannot win. That's the problem. And they continually do this. They pick fights they can't win. What's Vaughn babbling on about now? Was he saying something? No?
No, I don't know. I just heard featuring in the background, but...
All right. When they say weak men create hard times, they meant Rory Stewart.
I really can't. Can somebody just like lock him in a cupboard or something?
He's
Seriously,
terrible.
he's awful. He's really awful.
And then a massive Swedish study followed 30,000 women for over 20 years and found that those who actively sought sun exposure had dramatically lower death rates from cancer, heart disease, and all causes. The shocking part, sun avoiders had roughly double the overall mortality.
There you go.
And you know what? I suspect vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what the problem might be. But this is not medical advice.
Nope.
Now, here we go.
Oh no.
This is a cracker. Labour MP Joni Reid had absolutely no idea her husband was a Chinese spy, while at the same time she was developing flirtatious relationships with two nuclear submarine captains. What are the chances of that?
Somebody give me some strength. What the heck, dude? She's not even like that pretty.
She's not, I know. What the hell? I mean,
okay, just to be a bit rude, she's like the back end of a submarine.
Yeah, but I suppose submariners, they're cooped away for like, what, 8 months at a time, so they're probably gagging for it when they get back on shore. So...
Good grief. Oh, I remember this episode.
Yeah, but it was only after watching my wife being wheelbarrowed around the house by several high-ranking nuclear submariners that I later discovered that our launcher, Xi Jinping, was in reality a Chinese national. It's fucking... there are coincidences, and then there is the ridiculous, and that went from the sublime to the completely ridiculous, did it not? She's shagging 2 submarine commanders, and her husband's a Chinese spy. Yeah.
That show was really funny, by the way.
Was it? I don't think I've ever seen it.
I can't remember what it was called now.
Little Britain? No?
Yeah, that was it. And there used to be this one that I think it was David Williams used to dress up as, and I can't remember if it was a travel agent or whatever, and he'd be like on a really like old style computer. Computer says no. Yeah, it was really fun. Like, obviously, it couldn't be shown now. There'd be like a million things slapped all over it. It was hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah. David Williams, though, he's a dodgy one.
Oh, no, he is a dodgy one, but it was a funny show, though.
Yeah. So Angela Merkel just admitted on camera that she deliberately flooded Germany with third world migrants to stop the far right. She chose to raise her own people rather than lose power. Wasn't a mistake. It was demographic warfare. This is treason. Well, this is exactly what the Democratic Party did in America when they just left the border to Mexico, didn't they?
Everybody can. Well, it's a bit like us. We don't have a border.
Yeah. So they're going to remake The Thing, and apparently Jada Pinkett Smith is going to be the creature. Oh, no, sorry, no, she's not going to be the creature. She's going to be McCready. This is guaranteed to fail.
Oh, this is going to be a flop, innit?
Yeah, because...
Stop remaking stuff! Leave it alone!
But The Thing was a flop when it was made. That's the problem, right? The Thing, when it came out, wasn't very successful. But it's now a cult movie. So you can't remake a cult movie because
just leave it be. It's just got they've got no ideas. Just leave it alone. Just leave stuff alone. Like look at all this stuff that they're doing with Harry Potter. Like Snape is black.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? Come on. It's just leave it alone.
I still can't get over it. You know, the one teacher that Harry Potter doesn't trust.
No,
it's a black
this is how
one.
stupid they are.
Yeah.
Idiots.
So here we go. Everest poisoning scandal. The guides, i.e. the Sherpas, are secretly lacing climbers' food to trigger costly helicopter rescues as part of a £15 million insurance scam. What are you eating?
Apparently, it's an Easter chocolate Dino.
Share with the class. You can't be eating and not sharing.
It's an Aldi Dino.
Is that a Freddo?
No, a Dino.
It looks like a Freddo.
Is
that Cadbury's?
No, it's from Aldi.
All right.
It's a little Dino the dinosaur.
Okay, I'll let you off with that then. Right. So this is Clapham. You give me your
High Street, where I go shopping.
On the spot on the spot update from our local Clapham correspondent, Shalini.
Well, as you may not know, so I do go shopping, and actually we did go out. There's a load of really nice pubs. I go shopping there. My hairdresser's is there. Most importantly, good job I went there the week before, eh? Mm-hmm. The butcher's is there, and it's it's just.
So what happened when you went down?
So
give us your on the spot interview techniques.
Apparently there was supposed to be a police presence. When was I there? It was yesterday. I was there yesterday.
Yeah, so that kicked off on Wednesday? Was it Wednesday?
No. It first happened on the weekend, and then it happened again on, I think, Monday night, or was it Tuesday night? Anyway.
Okay, right.
So obviously, when it all happened, well, the first time I think it happened, which is probably the first video that everybody all saw, which is when they were and that Marks and Spencer's is only new. So that was probably the first video that everybody saw. And then it happened again like a couple of times later, and that was when it was all like sprawling out into the streets, and they were heaving all around the McDonald's, but they went into the Sainsbury's and everywhere, basically like causing chaos, looting. There was like people attacked. I think there might have even been some police officers who were attacked. But anyway, I went back because I thought I'm not going to go down there while all this is potentially going to happen again. So I went back yesterday. And it was all like, as it normally was, but I didn't see I didn't even see are they called PCSOs or something? Yeah. I didn't even see one of them.
Community support officers.
Yeah. So I didn't even see one of them. And then one of the shops I went into, I said like how, like that particular shop didn't get, invaded.
Yeah.
He said, they didn't come in here, but we got told, close the shop. And he said, luckily, anyway, because of the time of the evening, he said there wasn't any people in here. But we closed the shop, and we kind of had to wait until we got the all clear to go. So it's just disgraceful, really. And I'm sure everybody all saw, it was black youths. And there was there probably was a couple of white kids, but it was predominantly black kids. It was organized on social media. And they just went looting and whatever. The first time, that first video that we all saw, there was only like 3 coppers, and it just looked they were just trying to push everybody out of the Marks and Spencer's. But people obviously had to be like barricaded who were still in the shop, because they did go into one of the nights they did go into the Sainsbury's, which is actually quite a big Sainsbury's, which is why I went in there, which is why I go in there, because you get more stuff. But and they all had to like barricade and close the doors. People were running, trying to get away and all that. They were lighting fires on Clapham Common, setting off fireworks. And but there's no discipline. There's probably a lot of kids there that don't have fathers. And if they do have parents, whatever, they clearly don't give it monkeys, pardon the expression, or toss. I wrote to my local MP because she's for Brixton Hill and Clapham. I got the usual crappy response. And of course, as I said to you earlier, there was the last paragraph about stupid thing about youth clubs. It's like something to do with youth clubs. If these kids were interested in were bored and going to find something to do, they'd go and find something to do, not being criminal, feral little so-and-sos.
Well, thank you for that on-the-spot report.
So that's my on-the-spot reporting and my personal opinions on the matter.
Cool.
Sorry, but it's,
don't be sorry.
The police are useless, as we all know.
Yeah.
So it's only it's going to happen again. And there was leaks today on X. I don't know how this came about, but somebody, because there was a couple of accounts that released these screenshots of, I don't know if it's from Snapchat or whichever, and they were talking about, although it's all in this Batsy whatever English, about other places. So it's clearly that they're planning other places to go and do this across London.
So is this the modern flash mob, is it?
I don't know. I think, he'll have to put in the chat. Vaughan, what did you say this thing was called? Because Vaughan was brought up in North London in Tottenham, so yeah. I'm sure Vaughan will put it in the chat.
They've got a name for it, have they?
Yeah, about what this particular thing is called. It's called a particular thing.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, moving on.
We have
Britain.
Murder trial involving pardon me, Freemasons, French secret agents, opens in a Paris court. So a Paris court on Monday began hearings in a major trial involving 22 suspects accused of murder and other serious crimes on behalf of a mafia network inside the Anathor Masonic Lodge in the Paris suburb of Puteaux. The accused include police officers, former French intelligence agents, and businessmen. Wow. That's a lot to unpack.
Hang on a minute. But aren't the Freemasons kind of dotted in all those kind of things, like to do with the police and whatnot? They've got jobs here, there, and everywhere. I don't know.
Freemasons are meant to be good people. They're meant to do things to help the community. I mean, they're supposed to help themselves as well, or help each other. But they're meant to help the community. They're not meant to be doing stuff like that. This is not
dodgy.
And they certainly shouldn't be working on behalf of the mafia. Oh my God! But it just shows you.
And don't they do a dodgy handshake?
Yeah, speaking of dodgy handshakes.
That was a good opener for me, wasn't it?
Yeah. Keir Starmer welcoming the former Al-Qaeda. When they say fighter, I think they actually mean he's executioner.
Yeah, exactly. Terrorist.
Recently installed as president of Syria. So, yeah, once a terrorist, always a terrorist.
And what are they doing?
Unless your name's Jerry Adams or this guy. What were you going to say?
Didn't the king meet him as well?
Yeah.
And, hang on a minute. Aren't they slaughtering the Alawites and Christians in Syria?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Defender of the faith, eh?
Defender of the faith.
Not.
An Israeli couple buried their 93-year-old Holocaust survivor mother in the backyard.
What?
Without telling anyone. They hid her death for years to keep cashing in the $5,000 monthly in German reparations.
No.
Well, they didn't. They only got $7,500. Well, her body was found after a year and a half since her death. That is ridiculous.
Why? Okay. How was the body just found?
Because they buried her, and obviously she hasn't been able to appear anywhere, and maybe some people have gone, it's a bit suspicious, and the police eventually found her body buried in the back garden. Right, moving on. I left the UK for Vienna. It's safer and cleaner.
Oh, I saw this.
But I missed the diversity.
Why is it safer and cleaner? Hello.
It's like, how do you spell these things out to people?
Retard button, retard.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on. Jordan Peterson shared one of the most sobering statistics I've heard in a long time. The US Armed Forces, and we covered this last week as well, after over a century of careful psychometric research driven by life and death necessity, will not induct anyone with an IQ below 83. It concluded there is simply nothing in the military at any level that such a person can be trained to do without being counterproductive. Peterson noted that this threshold captures roughly 1 in 10 people And if the military's complexity is even roughly comparable to broader society, which it should be, that means about 10% of the population has no viable place in our cognitively demanding world. He emphasised this isn't about lack of money or short-term training. The data shows it's extremely difficult to turn low cognitive ability into the kind of adaptive, creative problem solving that modern society requires. It's raw, uncomfortable truth about human variation that most people prefer not to discuss openly. And this last comment at the bottom came from some clown called Sgt Grumpy, who said, so these people have low impulse control, aggressive, and unproductive, and prone to violence. I wonder who they could be.
I haven't got a Scooby-Doo's. You know what? Actually, I might be baffled.
Baffled.
Baffled, I tell you.
Astounded and baffled. And speaking of being astounded and baffled, Piers Morgan, in my country, very few people have guns. And the consequence of that is we have almost zero gun crime.
There was a 14-year-old shot yesterday, or however old he was in Woolwich, yeah, and I don't think so.
Yeah. I think Piers, well, I'll go into it in a second. So Tucker says, oh, is your country, is London safe now? Piers Morgan. We have a knife crime problem in our country. Tucker Carlson, no, you don't have a knife crime problem, you have a people problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's the people that use the knives. And
or the guns.
we know who those type of people are, don't we? I refer you to the previous slide.
And also guns.
Yeah, and guns. Well, right, so here's the snag, Piers, because we've never had a gun problem in the UK. Never. Gun crime in the 20th century has been very, very low. And in fact, it only markedly rose after we outlawed handguns for personal use or for personal ownership. So it only rose after we'd outlawed handguns. Strange that. It's almost as if the criminals knew there was no chance of being shot by anyone else. Right, moving on.
Piers Morgan's an idiot anyway.
A woman who had sex with identical twins, separately, not at the same time, within 4 days of each other, has been told by a panel of judges that it's not possible to identify which one is the father of her baby.
Oh, well, they'll probably, does that mean they have similar DNA or something? Or
Well, they don't have similar DNA. They've got identical DNA.
Because it's identical twins. Sorry, I thought you just said twins.
So they're identical twins. So
oops.
So the question is, and I've been through the report, and it doesn't say anything about it. It just says they had sex, 4 days apart. Did one of the brothers pretend to be the other one?
Oh God! You never know.
That's the only thing I can think of. Unless she just has a thing for identical twins.
Yeah.
Now, the next one is a bit strange. Eye drops made from pig semen deliver cancer treatment to mice.
No! I'm just gonna go puke up my Dino now.
But hold on a minute. Why are we even doing these experiments? What the hell? What the hell are people thinking about? So apparently the minuscule particles in the pig semen can have the ability to cross hard to penetrate barriers. See what they did there?
Yeah.
Oh, right. He's sponsored by Cameron. David Cameron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, Mitch.
And that the previous one does sound like something that a Dead Ringers is present.
Oh no.
Oh. Right, security guard caught with £65,000 in drugs, stashed, jailed after police raid. Mohammed Wahid, 23, has been jailed after 23. Fucking hell, that's an old-looking 23-year-old.
I know. I was just gonna say.
Has been jailed after officers uncovered a major stash of drugs and cash at his flat in Preston. Police found 115 grams of cocaine worth 34 grand. nearly 400 grams of cannabis, and over £32,000 in cash. What I can't understand is how did he not see them coming? Look at this.
Yeah, I can see his eye.
Oh, geez, talk about boss-eyed.
Yes.
Right, the next one's unfortunately fiction, but it should have been true. It should have been true. My son pleasured himself in front of Gemini Live with the camera. My entire family have had our Google accounts banned. That should have been true. He's 14 and stupidly decided to try and roleplay with Gemini using its live camera mode. The AI correctly identified he was underage and Google banned all my accounts. He did it on the family tablet. It has parental controls to stop him watching inappropriate stuff, but we didn't realise Gemini wasn't covered by these. It sounds like it could be real, but it's not. It's a shame. It should have been true, though. It would have been funny. When I told my parents over the phone that my husband has the flu, my dad said again, "Have you tried euthanasia?" And in the background, my mum yelled, "For the last time, it's echinacea."
Echinacea. Oh, my God. Yeah,
sorry.
that's hilarious. Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's a brilliant one. I love it. Oh, I love it. As he tried at euthanasia. No, it's echinacea! No, how many times I have to bloody tell you?
Carol asks her dad for a K-pop birthday.
A what?
12-year-old, right? For a K-pop themed birthday party. You know what K-pop is?
Oh, is that Korean something?
That South Korean pop star thing, right?
Okay.
So she asked for a K-pop themed birthday party.
Oh no, what did she get? Oh no, it's Kim Jong-un.
He went with the wrong Korea. Look at her face.
He's like, Dad, that's the dictator one, the one who's got nudes, you donut. Oh no, the poor girl. I hope she didn't post it on her social media.
Well, somebody has.
Yeah,
somebody has. All the little Kims on the cake.
Maybe Dad should have done some research.
Maybe. So here's a cracking. He was a cracking April Fool from 1974 from Sitka, Alaska. So the town sits outside a dormant volcano.
Okay.
So this guy, he spent weeks ferrying tires up to the crater, old car tires up to the crater.
No. And he set them on fire.
With his helicopter. And then on the 1st of April, he's covered it in kerosene and set it on fire.
Oh no, did he like get charged with something? I'm assuming.
People were evacuated. I don't think much happened because he spray painted on the snow April Fools. But it was 1974. People appreciated the joke then.
Oh dear.
The 6 most common causes of erectile dysfunction in modern Britain.
Hey!
I think that's pretty accurate. There's only 2 slides left. We're nearly done.
Oh dear.
Mind you, we've gone over the hour again, so that's not too bad. Hello, Harold. You're late.
Oh no, he's late.
Yeah, we're just about to finish. Anyway, I think we've covered this before, but I don't think we had good pictures of them. But 2 female teachers forced to resign after allegedly trying to set up a foursome with one of their students. Well, as someone says, they weren't maths teachers, were they?
No.
How could you get a foursome with one student and there's only 2 of them? And one for the diary for next year in case you missed it this year, Shalini.
Oh yeah, what's that?
The Elite Semen auction on March the 31st.
Quick, let me add it to my diary.
So, yeah. you can go and buy some elite stuff there. There you go. Well, that kind of kills it for this evening. You get in from your Twitter browsing that you want to add?
No. It's just all garbage.
Well, that's good. That's good. Right, it's been excellent. It's been good to have. It's been a quick one, but sometimes the short ones are the best.
Happy Easter, guys, by the way.
That's what she said. Anyway.
No, it's been funny.
It's been great. For you.
Oh.
Six shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
So that was stupid.